Next game up, we're gonna have them Gettas versus Riot Squad. Them Gettas are coming in at 4-3. Riot Squad coming in 2-4-1, and I think Riot Squad has been playing a level down. They haven't played what we expected them to be. Them Gettas have been playing. They haven't been dominant, but as you can see here, they have Megatron back. He's warming up, and I think they need Megatron to win games. Without Megatron, like I've been saying all season, the Swiss, the Shannon pickups won't do nothing if they don't have Megatron. So now they got Megatron playing. Hollywood looks like he's getting healthy. So now their teams are in trouble. Once Megatron, now he's back, his knees feeling good. As you can see, teams are in a lot of trouble now.
And if you think about it, Megatron to me is one of the best athletes in this league. He's able to play at a dynamic level on both sides of the field. He's a great defender. He's also a receiver on offense that not too many people can stay with. So that's a weapon that you can't afford to lose if you're them Gettas, no matter who else you have on your team. And Watt is also a person that's important to have because they can't move the ball as well when they don't have their main quarterback. I'm not saying that Walker's the best quarterback in the league, but he was one of our top 10 quarterbacks for a reason. He's able to get them the wins that they need when he's at the helm. So with these guys here, I see that they'll be able to play at their best. Hopefully so.
We're going to jump into the game right now. Rudy's not going to be here. He's going to come late. So LJ's going to get the start. LJ's going to get blitzed and sacked by Hollywood. And then LJ's going to follow with a short pass to Tone, who's going to run great for a few extra yards. But then he's going to end up getting sacked by Watt, turning the ball over. We've seen LJ starting out a little rusty, not really being a Rudy. You know, he's tried his best, but he couldn't get it done turnover now.
Listen, this was not his job to be out here to be a quarterback. I don't feel like that's what he came out here to do. He came to... You said that he was a decent backup, but I don't feel like it was enough to do anything, especially against a team like them Gettas that's been, you know, not at their best. This is a game that they're trying to take over again and get back to their old self. So this is the time where you can't afford to have your backup quarterback playing in the game and turn over the ball.
Walker's going to start off and he's going to throw a nice deep pass to him before the touchdown. Megatron with the extra point puts him up 7-0. These are the plays that we expect Walker to make. The guy's dangerous. He's the best guy when he comes to scrambling. You got to watch him in the pocket when he scrambles. He's dangerous, and that's what he does here. Touchdown, 7-0. LJ is going to get the ball, and LJ is going to throw an interception to Hayden. Now we see LJ get stopped twice. As soon as he gets the ball back after the first stop, he throws an interception to Hayden. Hayden's been playing great this season. He's picking off Chuck. Now he picks off LJ. He's been playing great.
And usually, I feel like he's another all-star in the team because he's been playing very well. No matter what team they've been playing against, he's been putting up numbers for their team,
yes.
Win or lose. And I feel like LJ again is not able to get anything done. I feel like at this point they need Rudy to hurry up and get to the game because it don't look like they're gonna get anything done with LJ at the helm.
Walker's gonna roll out and throw a nice pass to Hayden in the middle for a nice catch for a nice game. Then you're gonna have Walker throw to a wide open in the middle, and then follow up 2 plays later with a short pass to Hollywood. Then he's able to find Henry in the end zone. Henry's second touchdown of the day. Los gets the extra point, puts him up 14-0.
And this is trouble for Riot Squad. We see them not able to get anything done. But now it seems like they're not able to get anything. They're not able to answer or stop them Gettas when it comes to their offense as well. So now this may be a long game for Riot Squad as they're not able to do anything to stop them Gettas from doing what they want in this game.
Next drive, we're going to have Rudy's going to be in, and he's going to throw a nice short pass. And then Rudy's going to get sacked by AJ on this play right here, forcing Riot to punt. Rudy gets in. Now they couldn't do nothing. Right away, they ended up having to punt.
And this is what happens when you're not on your rhythm, when you're not on time, when you're not on the same page with your team. Even though you get there, you're still not able to get anything done. Your team is out of rhythm, out of whack, and they need to do something fast because all they're doing is going further and further downhill.
Walker's going to throw a nice pass to Megatron in the middle. Then Walker's going to get blitzed by Pig and end up throwing the ball away. Then Walker's going to throw it up to Megatron in the end zone, but it's going to be incomplete and they're going to turn over the ball. That's Riot Squad making a great stop, turning the ball over, giving the ball back to the offense. Rudy's going to get blitzed and toss it deep. Was going to be intercepted by Megatron to take it to the half, 14-0. Megatron making an interception here. This is what they need from him. He looked healthy. He looked like he could make the plays, 14-0.
And like this is not a game for Riot Squad right now to not put any points on the board. Rudy getting there late and still not able to get anything done. I feel like Rudy is one of the keys to this team. He is an all-star caliber quarterback. He hasn't been showing his potential this season, and I feel like he really needs to step up if they're gonna actually get through. If they make it to the playoff, they gotta have him play at his caliber if they're gonna get anything done moving forward.
But we heard about Megatron, and they score points. They don't need to score 40. They can score points, and they can play good defense, and that is a formula for success. Second half, Gettas is going to end up getting stopped, giving the ball to Riot Squad, but Riot Squad is not able to capitalize. They're going to turn over the ball. Watt is going to get the ball back. He's going to get rushed by G and throw an interception to Magic. Great play by this defense, forcing Watt to make mistakes. If you pressure Watt, don't give him enough time to scramble. He makes mistakes, he doesn't hit.
And that's the key, keeping him from scrambling. Make him uncomfortable as he's scrambling. Make him scramble on his uncomfortable side. He's not able to make an accurate throw. When you do that and you see he throws an interception here to Magic, that's how you stop Watt, when you get him scrambling but still uncomfortable, and that leads to turnovers.
Rudy's going to get the ball. He's going to throw a high pass. It's going to be tipped, but it's going to be intercepted into the hands of Megatron. Megatron's second into the game. This is what they need Megatron to do. They need him to jump out the gym, get some interceptions, give the ball back to his offense. He does it here. Great play. It's good to see him healthy.
And he looks healthy. I asked him before the game started. He said he felt healthy. He's felt the best he felt in weeks. And it's showing here he's able to get to place that he never would have been able to the last couple weeks. So it's good to see him back. And I'm pretty sure his team is even happier than I am that he's back.
Walker's going to throw short to Los on the sideline. Then Walker's going to get blitzed by Ark, who's going to end up throwing the interception to Case. Great play by this, once again, by Riot Squad. They pressuring him, bringing the pressure straight up. And when they do that, Watt is not able to make plays. These are the mistakes we said Watt can make at times. Throws a ball interception. Great play by Riot.
And one thing that we don't talk about is Riot Squad playing good defense. They have a solid defense that's been challenging a lot of teams. And they kind of ended a lot of games as close games because their defense played so well. Now, it's up to the offense to step up because now they have an opportunity to actually put themselves in the game. Hopefully do that in this next drive.
Rudy's going to throw 2 short passes to try to move the ball. Then he's going to throw a pass to Tone in the middle. It's going to be overthrown, and they're going to turn over the ball, ending the game. Gettas is going to come away with this game 14-zip. Great game by Gettas, great win. Gettas is going to have the 5-3 record, and Riot Squad is going to fall to 2-5-1.
And it's unfortunate because their record does not reflect on a team that they have on paper. They have a lot of they have Tone on offense.
You're talking about Riot Squad?
Yes, I'm talking about Riot Squad. Yes, I'm sorry. Their record does not reflect what they actually have on this team. They have a solid defense. They have solid playmakers on offense. They have an all-star caliber quarterback that's not playing at his potential. So it's unfortunate that this record shows exactly how they played this season. They could do much better than this, but they still have time to actually fix themselves going towards the playoffs if they buckle up now, because it's really getting towards the wire. They need to fix it because this is not going to happen. This is going to be ugly if they get play like this in the playoffs.
And we're going to get an interview with them Gettas here. He's going to be talking to AJ. We're going to be talking to Hollywood. And we're going to be talking to Swiss. So we're going to get an interview now. We'll be right back. What's going on, guys? Stephen J here with Hollywood, captain of them Gettas. They just won 14-0. Why haven't nobody talked about Gettas this year? Why are you talking about the team?
I think a lot of teams take us for being under the radar. So we're not the Carver Mobbs, at least to a lot of people. We're not the underrateds, I.O.D. We haven't won a chip at the end of the day, but teams know about us. You know what I mean? They know about us. We come out here every Friday, Saturday, and we work hard, and we're up and coming. I mean, it's one of those things that we'll get there soon enough.
We've seen you pick up Swiss and Shannon, but we haven't seen the team be as dominant as we expected them to be with those 2 signings. Why is that?
I think it has a lot to do with injuries.
A lot of injuries. And we got to heal up for playoffs.
Walker was considered one of the top 5 quarterbacks last year. In the countdown, he was one of the top 5.
Now you have him at 6.
Now, how do you think he looks this year?
Number 1.
Does he look the same? Because a lot of people say he took a step back. Everybody says for you to win a championship, it don't matter if it got you, a healthy Hollywood, Rubio, Swiss, Shan. It doesn't matter about them. It matters about your quarterback.
Of course.
So, what do you think he says about your team with him throwing, his style?
He's getting better and he's learning. It's number 1.
You went out and made, again, 2 big signings. Is the pressure on y'all? Is the championship a bust?
Of course, the championship is like that. Should have won it last year. We had enough for experience.
It seems like the regular season, you lost to Carver. Playoffs, you lost to Carver. Is Carver your Achilles heel? Is that a team that you can't get past in order to get what you're trying to get?
We're going to get past it. We're going to get past it.
Okay.
What you say?
You guys a Chuck killer right there, you heard?
Okay. Last question. As far as the Gettas team, we hear about underrated. We hear about Carver. We never hear Gettas. No matter how successful your team is, we never hear about them in that same category as that team. Do you feel winning the championship here would help you step out to let the league know and let the world know the type of team, the talent that you have on this team to get to the next level?
We win a chip, we on the map. That's what it comes down to. Everybody knows we're here. Everybody knows what to expect from us. They've played us. We put up good games. We got the talent. We got the experience. With Shannon and Swiss, it's over the top. And it's always a championship season for us. We never settle for less. That's just what it comes down to.
Okay, the 2 signings that you picked up, which is Swiss and Shannon, what do they bring to the team that you didn't have last year?
Experience is a championship. Perfect example.
That's what it is. Just winning the big one. That's what it is.
Right there.
Okay, I got Swiss here. He don't like being on camera, but Swiss, what was the reason of you joining to this team?
I seen the talent. I seen it was just a lack of leadership that was missing. I feel like I was a good fit. I could bring that leadership to the team, help them get them over the top.
By you coming to this team, it looks as if you put you a championship player. You have championships for underrated. Right now, it would look as you're putting your reputation on the line by joining this team because all y'all know how to do is win chips. So is that more pressure on you and Swiss, you and Shannon, to perform on the field and help this team get to the next level?
Pressure, I never seen pressure on the field. Just pressure on me to help them become that championship team that I know they could be. Without me, it's just it's a chemistry. They're still young. There's still a lot of miscues on defense and offense. I feel like me and Shannon could bring them, help them get over the top.
And your last question, all the quarterbacks you see, you played with some of the best, you played against some of the best.
Yeah.
Where do you rate Watt? As far as being young, what do you think he can get to?
He could be at the top. I feel like a lot of quarterbacks it gets seen just one as the quarterback, not as a team. Because I've been a part of many chips and defense won chips. So quarterbacks do get the shine when you win the chip.
Right.
But I've been a part of teams that defense won chips. I feel Walker's one of the best quarterbacks out here. Period.
Right. We're going to thank Swiss. We're going to thank Hollywood. We're going to thank AJ, the whole team for being here. Guys, they're putting the league on notice. They don't care about being talked about. With the 2 signings they made, they're here to win a chip. So let's see if they're able to be successful. See you on the site. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's why they brought Swiss here. You know, he feels that he has faith in Watt. He has championship experience. He's trying to get us to the next level. And I think he can do it, especially playoff time. This guy makes plays. He's done seen it all.
Maybe he's here to save this team because he definitely saved that interview. I'm sorry. These guys, I guess they're more business-wise minded. Like, they just want to get the job done. Swiss came in, fluent talker. He's able to speak about the things that they need, the things that they brought him here for, what he sees in the team, and one who wants to help improve. And that's a good look when you have a leader like Swiss to come and try to help them get over that hill. Hopefully they make it past that hill this year because they have the potential to do it.
All right, that being said, we're going to have to see what happens with this team next week. Riot Squad drops to 2-5-1, and them Gettas go up to 5-3. Next game up, we have Carver Mobb, the defending champs, versus Reloaded. And this is a big game that everybody wanted to see. Carver really wanted them. Danny has a player that he knows on their team, and they really wanted to battle against them. And I think Reloaded can compete with them, but they don't have the offensive player of the year, Brian. And that is going to definitely change how Reloaded is able to attack this Carver defense, which is a very good one, if not the best in the league.
And that's the unfortunate thing for Reloaded, because that was one of their main weapons that I feel it would give any defense trouble to stay with, because Brian is one person that can jump out the gym. He's fast, he's a good route runner, and he's he gives problems for defenders out there. So without that, now you have to rely all on Chad Frost and a couple of other guys on Reloaded. So I feel that that's one weapon you lose, and that gives Carver that much more of an advantage on defense.
All right, we're going to jump into the game right away. After a few short passes, Chuck is going to throw a block up past to West in the back of the end zone, but it's going to be off target, incomplete. We've seen Chuck not look as dominant as he did last year. He has great numbers this year, but we see him miss a few passes. Chuck is going to throw short to Boo Boo, and Boo Boo's going to get stopped short. He's going to be turned over on downs, giving the ball to Reloaded. Bruce is going to throw a nice pass to number 89 in the gap, who runs into the 5-yard line. Then Bruce is going to follow up 2 plays later with a touchdown pass, too speedy, giving Reckless the 6-0 lead. Great play by Reckless. Reloaded.
Yes, and this is a great way to start off early, so I'm putting points on the board before Carver. The best thing you can do against Carver is to start out early and put points on the board before them, because now you have the advantage to make stops and actually to go ahead in the scoreboard. So that's the best thing you can have, because now you have your defense that can actually make plays, and you can go far ahead in this game against Carver. Take every chance you can get.
Chuck is going to follow up with a nice pass to Dennis in the middle for the touchdown, putting them up. And Ricky's going to end up getting a 2-point conversion in the corner, putting them up 8-6. Great play by Chuck to strike right back and give Carver back the lead. Bruce is going to end up throwing the ball away, and Reloaded cannot get anything, and they're going to end up punting as they can't get the ball moving. Carver's going to get the ball back. They're going to end up punting. Bruce is going to have Crazy open in the middle, but Bruce is going to tuck the ball and get sacked by Happy Feet. Happy Feet been playing great. He gives his team speed. That ball he's replacing Bishop at giver, but I think Happy Feet gives him a little more speed, and he's able to chase down any quarterback in the state who's behind that center.
And the sad part is that didn't have to end in a sack, because if you look at the play here, Bruce had Crazy, could have been thrown to him. I don't know why he decided not to throw it. He decided to tuck the ball and take a sack. I think that's going to really hurt them as the drive goes along. That was just a bad play by Bruce, and I don't know if he can recover from that during this drive.
Bruce is going to end up getting blitzed by Ricky, and he's going to throw a low pass to 89. It's going to be incomplete, and you're going to see Reloaded have to punt, not able to capitalize. Chuck is going to throw a high pass to West on the sideline, and it's going to be missed and almost picked off by Shaq. And Chicago's going to end up getting stopped, taking this to the half at 8-6. Like I said, we've seen Chuck miss more throws this season than he did last year. He has good numbers. He's up there for quarterback of the year, but he can be beat. If you capitalize on his mistakes, you can do it. We just never seen nobody do it.
No, because a lot of players don't capitalize, like you said. They don't take every chance that they get, because that was a chance right there. Shaq could have taken that ball, and that could have actually gave Reloaded a chance to put points on the board and get ahead during towards the half. Sometimes when you miss an opportunity, it hurts you in the end, especially when you're playing Carver, and they miss a couple of opportunities this game. They have to buckle up, because you don't get that many opportunities later on when the longer you play Carver. So hopefully they can fix it in the second half.
Bruce is going to throw short to Crazy, who runs it in a few yards. And then you're going to have Bruce throw deep to 89, but it's going to be incomplete. But if you look here, Choker gets called for the pass interference, putting them in the red zone. Look at this play. The ball is going to be thrown up, and you're going to see Choker make a lot of contact with the defender. He glances back at the ball, but he's still making contact, interfering with the receiver, getting the ball, as Choker's not trying to make a play on the ball. He's not jumping for the ball. He's not attempting to knock the ball down. He's looking back, but he's still bumping into the receiver, which is a pass interference. Great call by that ref. That's a great ref right there to make that call.
Oh my goodness. Who could that ref be? I don't know.
I don't know. He's a great one, and I think he needed a raise. That was a great. Oh, that was me. Wow, great call, ref.
But I'm gonna say this: if you looked at that play closely, if that pass interference play wasn't called, if that contact wasn't put on the receiver, that was definitely a touchdown, because he had a step on Choker, and the throw was put right where it needed to be. I feel like if there was no contact, that would definitely been a touchdown. Now, even though they get hurt on the flag, I think Carver still has an opportunity to make a play on it. It's up to Bruce and Reloaded to finish the deal and put points on the board.
Well, in this league, a pass interference is a spot foul. So you get credit for the catch, and it's the next down. So basically, he would got the catch on second down, and now it's third down. It's not an automatic first down, because there's only one first down. This ain't the NFL. Only time you will repeat the down if it happens on fourth down. Then you'll get the extra play. So we're going to see what happens. Bruce is gonna throw the ball away. That was third down, and now on fourth down, he's gonna throw short to Parrish. It's gonna be drop, turnover on downs. They got in the red zone, had 2 plays, couldn't score. This is why teams use Carver.
And pretty much this touchdown drive was handed to you, and they weren't able to capitalize. I don't know what's going on with Reloaded. It seems like they don't want to win this game. Or are they intimidated by Carver? I don't think they would like that anybody would say that, but they're playing like it because they're stuck to 6 points. They're holding Carver to 8, but they're stuck to 6. So something needs to happen, or they're gonna lose this game regardless of what the score is.
Chuck is gonna throw short to Johnny V and follow up with a throw to Ricky. Then on fourth down, Chuck is going to get blitzed by Shaq. He's going to lose his footing and get sacked by Shaq to turn over the ball on down. Great play by Shaq. He really wanted this game, and he's playing like he does right now. Bruce is going to throw a pass to Chad on the sideline. Chad is going to make a catch before getting pushed out by Joe Blow. It's going to be called a catch. That's going to be a top 5 play nominee for the first down. And that was a great call by the official, because if you see, he was going to land in bounds, and Joe, with the contact, forced him out because there's no force outs, and he completed the completion of the ball through the 4. He gets to catch. Another great call by that ref, and it's the same ref who called a pass interference call.
Okay,
that is a great ref.
All right, now you're getting full of yourself. Listen,
Oh, that was me?
Listen, beyond the call.
That was me again?
Listen, the joke, the novelty of that joke is over. Yes, it was you. Who cares? Whatever. The point is, that was a great play by Chad to keep possession of the ball, not to lose it, even though Joe Plum provided the contact, and able to stay in bounds before being pushed out. That was key to that drive, because without that play right there, I think there would have been that would have been a turnover on downs way before anything else.
And the problem with that is, Bruce is going to throw a pass, it's going to be tipped by Happy Feet, and we're going to have a hater in the house. Joe Blow with the interception, giving the ball back to Carver. Great play by Joe Blow. He's always around for these tips. Great tip by Happy Feet. Reloaded just gave him the ball right back.
And they had a promising drive with that nice catch, and all of a sudden, Happy Feet is able to make a play on the ball, and it leads to a Joe Blow interception. That's not a way to give the ball back to Carver Mobb when you're trying to beat this team. Now, all you're doing is you're giving away every opportunity you have, and you're giving opportunity a chance to seal a win for their team.
Chuck is going to throw a pass to Johnny V, but Crazy's going to get called for illegal contact. Next down, Chuck is going to throw a pass to Boo Boo in the middle, and then Chuck is going to have blocking from Ricky and throw a pass in the middle. They're moving the ball. Chuck is going to throw the ball, and it's going to be intercepted by the hater. Ali giving the ball back to Reloaded for Real to try to get a last drive and down 8-6 great pick.
Yeah, that was something that they needed right when you didn't expect it to happen. Chuck throws an interception to Ali. Nobody saw that coming. We already thought that the game was over. Now, Reloaded might have the opportunity with some time on the clock to, drive down the field. Hopefully they do this right, because they have an opportunity to win this game.
They don't, because the clock runs out and the game's over.
Oh my goodness.
So if they didn't pay attention, because on the last drive, Chuck was running the clock, and they never used the timeouts. So the clock is running, and when Chuck does throw the interception, there's no time left on the clock.
And the sad part is, nobody noticed that after throwing the interception, you don't hear no yelling from Pam's, you don't see no upset face from Chuck. Nobody was upset because they knew that the game was over anyway. It doesn't matter. So why didn't Reloaded see this coming and call timeout, stop the clock, do anything that they can to keep time on the board so that they can drive down the field? They don't even try, and they pretty much gave away the last opportunity that they have, and it ends up being a Carver win 8-6.
Well, I think because maybe they graduated from Foolish University. Because you're playing Carver, and the keys to Carver is not only to beat them on the field, you have to outthink them. But the way Reloaded played to them today, only able to put up 6 points, not able to make the plays they needed, can't score in the red zone, can't move the ball, I would say that they definitely got their degree at
Fools University.
There you go, my man. Fools University.
And it's sad in the moment. Listen.
Play my music.
Listen, there's no need to laugh.
Listen to my Price is Right music. Play it. Foolish University. You like that, right? One more time.
Okay.
Foolish University. That's what happens. You gotta be smart. You gotta think about it. You have to strategize against the team. They are playing chess with you, not checkers. They ran the clock out, and nobody from Reloaded called the timeout.
And you know what's the funniest thing? A lot of teams will say, well, you know what? We held Carver to 8 points.
It's a loss.
Exactly, and that's all Carver cares about.
Well, you know who would say that? People who graduated from, one more time for me.
Full University.
Play my music. Thank you. Carver's going to end up getting the win, and now Carver goes up to 8-0. Reloaded falls to 4-4. And with the 8-0, Carver got the Browns this week. And they end the season versus Violators. Violators have sleepwalkers, so that means Violators are going to be off this week with the win. So they're going to be 9-0. Carver got Browns. Browns can break their undefeated record, which the Browns had when they went to the chip. When they went to the Western Conference Finals and lost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right now, Carver has a chance to go undefeated, which I'm pretty sure they want because Danny said he wants it. And matter of fact, before we finish, we're going to go to the interview. We have Danny on interview with this Carver Mobb team. Let's get to the interview. And hey, they're together for everything. You know, they all interview. You got Joe Blow that came over. You got Boo Boo who came over. And we did say if Carver makes it to the championship, then I will let Boo Boo host Real Tough Talk. That was the bet. He can host Real Tough Talk on the field. And yeah, we'll give him that little fun, little ramp at the All-Star game. He can host the show.
He said I'm going to be his sidekick.
Sidekick.
Yeah, so I don't know how that's going to go. So now they just made an enemy of me because now I'm going to go against him because I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I don't want them to go. Somebody stop them.
I'm not trying to be a side like, you know, a co-host, I would say. That's a better word for it. I'm not trying to be a co-host. I'm already a co-host. Right. I'm not trying to be a co-host to anybody else. So I don't care who beats them. Now I'm going against them on every single game. Now I'm definitely rooting against them in every game. And it's going to be open, it's going to be honest, and it's going to be very loud. I'm going to be very open with me being a fan against them.
And Reloaded is 4-4. And they can't win without Brian. They need Brian. This team cannot win a championship without the reigning offensive MVP. No way possible. He stretches the field. He plays defense. And you have to double cover this guy, which opens it up for Chad. We've seen Chad have a good game today, but they didn't have that number one guy who can make plays. And without them, they better wrap the season because they're not winning without Chad. And that's without Brian.
Without Brian. And it's unfortunate because as you saw, we talked about, you know, overloading Brian or towards in the beginning of the season. He actually was playing well in the first couple of games. He already had 5 touchdowns in the first 4 games. So he was going to have a good season. It looked like he was going to have another good season, and then he gets hurt, and then you don't see his numbers the same way. He's not as dominant. He's barely able to run, and now you don't see him at all on the field. So it's like a regression for Reloaded, and they don't make good decisions on the field. I feel like they have problems on their whole team in terms of decision making, staffing. I don't know what it is, but they need to fix it because they had a promising season in the beginning, and it seems like they're starting to slow down. And you don't want that no matter what team you are.
That being said, we're going to end this right here. Carver goes up to 8-0. Reloaded falls to 4-4. Next game up is a goodie. I.O.D versus Reckless. I.O.D comes in at 5-2. Reckless coming in 2-5. And this is going to be a real good game because the last one of the day, and Reckless really wanted to show that they can beat one of the elite teams.
And this may be a future playoff matchup, you know, so, you know, they want to get it out of the way early to see who can beat who. Because, again, a lot of times we'll see them teams that eventually play in the playoffs play each other in the regular season, and whoever won that game first ends up winning the game in the playoffs. So this may reflect what may happen in the playoffs. So it's that much more important for both teams, especially for Reckless.
And you expect I.O.D offense to be a little slow. They don't got no Ace. And Ace is the main guy on this offense, and usually he makes the offense go.
And the weather doesn't help either, so you're going to see a lot slower I.O.D in this game. But of course, the weather doesn't only affect one team. Reckless has been playing slow throughout the season. They've been struggling throughout. Buggers had probably one of the worst seasons I've ever seen any quarterback have. His team is not necessarily helping him. They make certain plays in certain games, but it hasn't been happening the past couple games. So they need to do something to fix these errors, these mistakes, these bad games. They need to do something now because it's not looking good.
And the deal fell through with them to bring Mimi to this team. I don't know what happened on the inside, but Mimi said he's bringing Sour Factory into our league next year. And that kind of hurts this Reckless offense because they usually stretch the field with Mimi. Mimi was the offensive player of the year runner-up last year. And unfortunately, he's not able to, whatever fallout they had, he's not here. And I think Reckless is suffering for it. I.O.D's going to get the ball first, and Bishop is going to get an interception. Unfortunately, we didn't have the video of that. But he gets the interception to give Reckless the ball back. Reckless is going to end up getting stopped, giving the ball back to I.O.D. Slash is going to throw the coaster in the middle, and it's going to be broken up by Bishop. Bishop playing very well today, being all over the field, making plays like he usually do. He already has a break up here and a pick early in the game. Slash is going to end up getting sacked by Chris to end up having to have I.O.D. punt. Chris has been playing well. This kid's a great ball giver. He left KW and came over to Reckless because KW didn't come back, and he's playing great all-star caliber game.
And I feel like he was a good addition to Reckless. Now they have a pass rusher. They have a person that can pressure quarterbacks. He's a person that doesn't necessarily misses opportunities to make plays. So I feel like he's having a great season, pretty much an all-star at this point. And if they play like that, I feel like that's a big step up on their defense.
Bug is going to throw it up in the middle and have a nice catch made by Rico for a huge gain. Then Bug is going to throw a nice pass to Rico in the middle, but it's going to be too high and incomplete. Bug is going to throw deep to Bishop in the end zone, but it's going to be incomplete, forcing Reckless to have the punt. Slasher with blocking from Gill is going to throw a deep pass to Costa, and it's going to be overthrown. Then Slash is going to throw a short pass to Gill. Gill grabs it with one hand and runs a few yards. Great catch one-handed by Gill. He's finally getting healthy. Great play here, but I.O.D. just end up turning over the ball. Bug is going to get sacked by Henry and followed up with a deep pass to Ronnie, but it's going to be broken up by Andy. Great play by Andy to make the play here. Reckless is going to end up having a punt. Slash is going to run on full rush twice to get near the first down, and then Slash is going to run for the first down on full rush. He's going to throw a Hail Mary, and it's going to be picked off by Just, taking us into the half. Nothing. Feel it sloppy. It's a little slim. You're going to see both offenses struggle. Zip on into half.
And obviously you see the weather being a big factor in this game because nobody can get anything going. But you don't only blame the weather. No offenses have been getting anything done. Both quarterbacks do not necessarily look as good as they're supposed to in this game. They're not able to put any points on the board. But then it may be because the defenses are playing just as well this game. So it looks like it's going to be a game that goes to the wire.
Bug is going to throw a deep pass to Ronnie in the middle, but it's going to be dropped. Then Bug is going to toss it up in the end zone. It's going to be ticked by Costa, almost caught by Just, but it's going to be end up a turnover on downs. Slash is going to get sacked by Chris and followed up by throwing an interception to Just. Great pickoff by Just. Pressure first by Chris. Pickoff later by Just, giving Reckless back the ball. Reckless is not able to capitalize on the reception. They're going to end up punting. Slash is going to run it on full rush and get stopped short of the end zone. And it's going to be a turnover to downs, giving it back to Reckless. Bug is going to get sacked again by Henry. Nobody stays short. Everybody goes deep. And this is what I like about Bug now. He doesn't force a pass. He takes the smart sack. Then he's going to throw it deep on the sideline. It's going to be caught inbounds by Prodigy for the first down. Prodigy now getting involved in the offense. Makes a great play here. Bug is going to throw a nice pass to Prodigy in the end zone. Prodigy is going to stop running, and it's going to be dropped. We just credit him for making a great play, then we got to criticize him for messing up the next one. I.O.D. can't score, and we're going to go into overtime. Now we got the overtime game, zip, great game going so far.
And it's funny how many overtimes we've had this season. Games going to the wire, offense can't get anything done, and defense is actually playing hard. So I feel like at this game can be anybody's game. Regardless of what record you're looking at, both teams have the ability to come up with a win. So it's still an exciting game no matter what you see on paper. These teams are playing for this win right now.
Now, the overtime rules goes is college. Offense gets a shot, and if they score, the other side gets a shot. If they don't score, the other side gets a shot anyway. If both teams don't score, it goes to sudden death. Now, the offensive team who started with the ball gets its next shot, and if they score, the game is over. If the second team scores, then they win the game up sudden death. If not, it goes into a tie. So I hope you understand overtime. Slash is gonna, and I.O.D is gonna end up getting the ball first. Slash is gonna run off for a rush, pitch to Gil, who runs for a few yards. Then Slash is gonna throw to Johnny in the middle. He's gonna throw to a wide open player, number 80, in the end zone, and it's going to drop and turn over the ball, giving Reckless a shot. Bug is gonna throw to deep to Ronnie. It's almost gonna be picked off by Slasher. Then Bug is gonna throw deep, gonna throw to Sticky on the sideline, and Sticky's gonna drop the pass. Then Bug is gonna throw a Hail Mary, and it's gonna be picked off by Gil. Almost takes it back. It's gonna get caught, giving the ball back to Slasher and this I.O.D offense. Now remember, if they score now, game is over. Reckless does not have to get a second shot. Slasher's gonna throw short to Johnny, and then follow up with nice blocking, runs for a nice gain on third down. Slasher then, and there's no blitzing in overtime, just to let you know. Slasher's gonna run for a few yards on third down, and on fourth down, Slasher's gonna throw the coaster in the front of the end zone for the touchdown, winning the game for I.O.D. 6-0, great win. Reckless did their best to fight out, but their offense could not score, and it hurts them now. I.O.D. with the win.
And this is the whole offense that really looked ugly this game. There were receivers that weren't stopping short. Bug did not have any safety valves to throw too short because everybody was going deep. He had to force a couple passes. Guys are dropping passes in the end zone anywhere on the field. That's not a way to put points on the board. You're going to get this type of result every game if you play like that. And unfortunately, it leads to another loss, a loss that Reckless didn't need at this time.
Right.
And now they're actually at the wire having a battle just to get into the playoffs at this point. Something that they didn't really have to do if they would have had this win here. Now, it's any man's game. They have to fight for that last playoff spot.
And we're going to put it up right now. The next week game, right now, Reckless has 2 wins, House Gang has 1. They're battling for the last spot in the playoffs. Now, Reckless has Rep City. House Gang has Longhorns. If Reckless wins that game versus the Longhorns, versus Rep City, and House Gang loses the game versus Longhorns, that would make Reckless have 3 wins. House Gang only have 1, and the game next week won't matter. Because if House Gang win, they'll end the season with 2 wins and Reckless will have 3. But if Reckless loses this next game and House Gang wins, they will be tied. And Reckless will come. It will come down to the last game for the last playoff spot. If Reckless loses this next game and House Gang loses this next game, it comes down to the last game of the season, which is Reckless versus House Gang for the last playoff spot. So this is a big loss by them. If they won this game, they were in. They would need. That means House Gang would have needed to win their next game. Now, if House Gang even loses that next game, but Reckless lose, they can still get in. So it's gonna be up in the air. We gotta see what's happening right now. Hopefully, you understand the playoff scenario. They're both battling for the last spot in the playoffs right now.
And it's unfortunate because they didn't have to be so low in the standings. A lot of the games that they lost were because of either boneheaded mistakes by the quarterback or their offense not helping them out. It's pretty much offense this whole year that's been struggling because their defense actually, did their job where they needed to. They have a decent defense. They have some playmakers on defense, but the offense is what killed this team going through the season. They have a lot of talent on offense. They have Prodigy. They have Bishop. They have Just. They have Rico, who's an up-and-comer this season. They have Sean. They have a lot of weapons on this team, but they come up short because they don't help Bug out when it comes to route running. They don't stay short. They don't allow Bug to have any easy chance, any easy passes, or any easy opportunities, so Bug has to end up forcing it. Sometimes Bug forces himself.
Oh, you think so? He has 19 picks.
Okay,
you think he forced it a little bit?
My point is, at the end of the day, it's on the whole offense. They need to come together and fix it. Because if not, they'll be watching they'll be watching the playoffs this year instead of playing in it.
And it's a shame because it seems talented, and Bug definitely took a step back. And 19 interceptions is a UFL record, but it doesn't matter if you make the playoffs. Who cares what happens in the regular
Because
season?
all of that's thrown out once
Right.
you make the playoffs.
And House Gang has been playing bad because they haven't had a quarterback. The Sarge thing didn't work. They scrapped the operation. They played with Shaq last week, and Shaq looked decent. And I think now that he had another week to rest, he looked decent. He can make better throws than Shaq.
Yes,
than
but
Sarge.
again, but it's not proven yet because they couldn't put any points on the board.
Right.
And the game that Shaq quarterback before,
he threw a pick six to Generals to win the game.
So my point is, it's unproven yet. Does Shaq have the ability? Of course he does. Has he shown that he can? Not yet. So it's up to that game, this next game that they play, if they can win. So it's still exciting at the end of the day. So I'm willing to see what happens. For Reckless, I want to see them play at their potential. They haven't yet. Hopefully they show their potential in the next game.
And I.O.D is getting back to I.O.D football. You know, right now they started out slow, up and down, and now they're 6-2. As Reckless falls to 2-6, and now they're looking good right now.
I mean, they're looking okay. They're still not the I.O.D team that I remember last year.
No,
that's a disappointing thing.
Right.
They're still a good team, but they're not the I.O.D team that I remember. They Slasher does not have the same numbers that he had last year. The quarterback of the year numbers that I remember. The only reason why he didn't have it because he didn't play all the games. He didn't have Jesus running the ball on offense. He didn't have Ace having a dynamic season. Ace is still a star, but he hasn't been there as much as he's supposed to. So they still have the ability to. I just haven't seen that caliber yet. They still have the ability though.
Well, the second seed, you're trying to win this game because you're trying to have to play a team like Gunners in the in the first round. The first place team is gonna either play Reckless or House Gang, whoever takes our last spot. But the second place team is gonna have Gunners, and that's a team that we see, you know, inconsistent quarterback play. I mean, listen, see, it's not over yet. Anything can happen next week and change Gunners' position. But as of right now, that's what you're battling for. That first place would get you either House Gang or Reckless, and we're gonna have to see what happens with that. We're gonna wrap up the show. It was some great games. I know we had that snowstorm today. Today's Monday that we're recording. Today's Monday. Today's Tuesday.
Yes.
We're recording on Tuesday. We had the snowstorm this morning. So we gotta hope that we play on Saturday. By the time you see this video, it'll probably be Thursday, Friday. And we should know what's going on by then. We hope we have football this week. Hopefully y'all come and y'all just run in the snow, break it down, let's play football because we're not trying to back up the season anymore. Next week we'll have the All-Star selections. Next week we should have the categories of the awards. And we're looking like a great show next week come week 9.
Yes, because now these games get more important as we go along. Teams are actually fighting for their lives to get into the playoffs right now. So I'm expecting to see teams play harder than they've ever played in order to keep their season alive.
That being said, we're gonna wrap up the show. We hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said, we're coming to the end of the season, and I'm very, very excited. We had the guys really coming together and prepared for the future. We're looking for good things in the future, guys. Definitely, we're getting some things in. I don't like to talk about everything. We got some positive things coming up in the future. We hope everybody's at the championship game. We're going to have the All-Star game, a championship, you know, celebration of a successful season. We hope everybody's out there. You know, that being said, I'm going to thank y'all for being with us. I'm Stephen J. I'm here with Ghost. You know, and I say his name because he can't say it right. But we're going to thank y'all for being here. We hope y'all enjoyed the show. Keep watching. Check out the website, www.theufl.org. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Urban Football League. You know, check us out. Listen, guys, this is fun. We have fun doing it. And we're trying to be the best football league in the city. Not trying to take a knocks at nobody else, but we're different. We do things differently. We're not in competition with them. We try to give you the complete NFL feel, and we think we're going to get there. So that being said, we want to thank y'all for being here with us today. We want to also congratulate Carver on the great video that they posted up.
Yes.
Check it out. Go on our guest book. It's on our website on the guest book. You can check it out. Go to Mr. Skip Catcher's Facebook. It's up there. It's all over the place, guys. Check it out. Support it. They're talking about our story. Not only Carver, football in general. We all can understand where they're going through, what they're talking about, because we are a family and we all feel the same way. So we're going to congratulate them on that. We're going to send them love. And now we're going to wrap up the show. I'm Stephen J.
And I'm Ghost.
Thank you for being with Real Tough Talk. We'll see y'all next week.